Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining this video. This is Latel, your astrologist and your spiritual counselor. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about something more auspicious and lucky, and I'm sure that all of you guys will be looking forward to this. And today's topic is our Jupiter's transit in 2025. Now, if you are an astrology fan, probably you already know that in 2025, we're going to have a lot of major planets transit into new signs. For example, Jupiter is going to move into Cancer, the sign where Jupiter is exalted. Now that's good news. Meanwhile, Saturn and Neptune are also moving into Aries. This is also very significant because Aries is the first sign on the astrological wheel. So after spending many years in Pisces, which is the last sign on the astrological wheel, Saturn and Neptune are going to move into a new sign, which is also a new cycle around the astrological wheel. Together with Uranus moving from Taurus into Gemini, which could bring in a lot of new revolution and breakthroughs in our communication, telecommunication, and technology. But today I want to focus on more about our Jupiter's transit, because Jupiter represents luck, expansion, opportunities, and how we are feeling abundant and a sense of prosperity in our life. Now, today, I'd like to focus on the different areas the 12 different zodiac signs should be focused on, and so that you know where the abundance comes from and what you need to be more open-minded, what you need to be more, just embrace, the opportunities coming into that specific area into your life. Now, before I actually talk about those things, first of all, I'd like to mention that Jupiter will actually enter Cancer around June the 10th in 2025. And so this Jupiter's transit energy is more significant in the second half of 2025. So in the first half, Jupiter is still in Gemini. So this energy still is a similar energy with what we have experienced in 2024. But more towards the second half of 2025, this new sense of abundance is going to come to these different areas in our lives. So with all that being said, let's get started with the zodiac sign Aries. Now, Aries, when Jupiter enters Cancer, it's basically entering your fourth house, the house of home, your root, your families, your residence. Now, this could be a very good time for you to enjoy your home life, spend time at home. If some of you guys are thinking about moving house or doing some type of a renovation work, refurbishment, maybe throwing out old furniture, buy new furnitures, right? Doing some kind of new decoration for the house. This could be very good. Matters related to your family life, for example, your husband, your wife, your parents, your mother, father, relatives, if they live together, because the fourth house is more or less talking about the environment where you live in. So the people you live with could also be enjoying this sense of abundance there. Okay. So what I will also say is that if you have the time, if you have families, maybe the second half of 2025 is a time for you to, reunite with them and spend some warm time with them. Now, next sign, we're going to Taurus. Let's have a look. All right, our beautiful Taurus. So Jupiter is going to enter Cancer, which is your third house on your astrological wheel. Now, the third house rules different things. The first thing that comes into my mind is communication. Whenever Jupiter is in the third house, it's talking about an abundance of information flowing to you. This could be about you discovering amazing books to read. This could be about you having a lot of interaction and chit chats, right? You might talk a lot actually with the people around you. This could be actually very good if you are open-minded to meet new people and boost your sense of communication, and just also to make sure that things that you're communicating with the people around you are smooth and also clear. The third house also rules your siblings and your immediate environment that you live within, for example, the neighborhood you live in. So when Jupiter transits the third house, for example, you could have a great time, maybe spending time with your siblings, brothers and sisters. If you have been having troubles, or if you have been having a little bit difficult relationships with your siblings, Jupiter's transit in the third house could also bring a sense of relief in that area. Now, meanwhile, regarding the place you live, the neighborhood, you could maybe discover interest in restaurants, bars, right? Or maybe hiking trails that you might find, wow, I've been living this neighborhood for years, but I never knew that, there are so many interesting things in this neighborhood. So for Taurus people, I would highly recommend that you explore the neighborhood or things that are close to you, right? Within your vicinity, that you might find a lot of abundance and happiness and joy in these areas. Now, the next sign is Gemini. So for Gemini, Jupiter is going to enter your second house. Now, this is very auspicious because the second house rules your money, right? So 2025, especially the second half of the year, this could be about time where when you may be getting more paid, right? If you're changing jobs, this is time for you to ask for pay rise, or this could even be about possible promotion. But the focus is not really about the promotion itself, but it's more about the increase of your finance or money. You could also be having maybe multiple income sources during this year. Maybe you're having different gigs, different chats, right? Different type of maybe a sidekicks, right? That you're doing, and this could further boost your income, right? The money that you earn through your labor and through your hard work. Next, we're going to our beautiful Cancer. Cancer, Jupiter is entering your own sign. This is amazing. The first house or your own sign is usually talking about the sense of abundance that you feel within you. So at a very high level, this could be about you just feel that life is treating you well, right? Maybe opportunities are coming to you. You might be feeling very optimistic. Whatever concerns or burdens you have, somehow you might be feeling that a lot of this negative or heavy energy is being lifted from you. Because Jupiter brings a lot of, sense of abundance and beliefs, right? And optimism, right? And self-liberation. I think for Cancerians, this could be an amazing year. Specifically, I will say again, the second half of 2025 could make you just feel good about who you are, feel good about life, and that will encourage you, right? To have that sense of faith towards your future. That kind of feeling that even though you don't have a guarantee, but somehow you just feel that life is going to work out for you very well. That sense of happiness, right? And that sense of brightness that is in you. All right. Very, very good. Now, the next sign we're going to go to is Leo. Leo, Jupiter is entering your 12th house, which is a house of spirituality, mysticism, okay, yoga, meditation, the things that are untouched or are invisible in your life. For this year, probably Leo people will have a lot of energy regarding developing your spirituality. For Leo people, I would highly recommend that maybe this is a year for you to maybe get in touch with your spiritual side or your mystical side. If you have never seen, for example, a proper tarot reader, maybe this is a year for you to get in touch with that. Maybe read a spiritual book, philosophy, religion. Sometimes this could also be about maybe you going on a spiritual retreat, going somewhere, maybe, somewhere close by, and you're spending several days maybe near the ocean or in the mountains, doing meditation and listening to lectures, right? And workshops to increase your spiritual strengths and also sort of like, create that bridge between you and your higher self. So 2025 could actually be quite spiritual for you. Now, next sign, we're going into Virgo. Virgos, Jupiter is entering your 11th house. Now, this house is about friendships, community, or our long-term goals. Now, Virgos, I know sometimes you guys can be a little bit like a hermit, right? You might not be, like maybe Sagittarius or Aries, or just very outgoing and just meet, random people. Sometimes Virgo people can be a little bit reserved, right? But in 2025, specifically the second half, there's a great chance for you to expand your friendship circle, meeting new people, making very, very important connections that will benefit you basically. So what I would say to Virgo as rising people is this year, try to be open, right? Try not to just stay in your comfort zone and shut the door and feel like, I only have 3 friends and that's fine with me. When Jupiter comes into our life in a certain area, it's very important that you can be open-minded and you can take a little bit of risk in that area. Usually at the end, it will bring you a lot of very meaningful rewards. All right. So the next sign that we're going to talk about is, let me see, after Virgo, and we are going to Libra. Very beautiful. Libras, this year, Jupiter is entering your 10th house, which is a very, very important house in our lives because Jupiter entering the 10th house is about your public reputation, your professional reputation, your career, how you are being seen as a professional man or a woman. And so when Jupiter enters 10th house, this is about you expanding your career, maybe making a lot of useful connections in a professional manner, in a professional way. This could also be about invitations, working opportunities coming from maybe other companies, or if you're running your own business, this could be about beautiful collaborations that you're going to do. Or if you're working for a company, this could also be about invitations or offers from new companies that will further push you up, the ladder basically, and increase your professional reputation and your what's the right word? Basically your influence, okay, in whatever field that you are doing, your credentials, right, things like that. Very beautiful. Now we're going to Scorpio. Scorpios. This year, 2025, or actually next year, because we are recording this video in December still, Jupiter is entering your 9th house. Now, personally, I really love this energy. Why? Because the 9th house is naturally ruled by Jupiter. It's related to foreign travel, foreign culture, foreign languages, higher education, universities, master's degree, PhDs. So for a lot of Scorpio people, I think in 2025, it could be an amazing time for you to travel, right? If you have been feeling a little bit stagnant in your life, I think that 2025 could be really urging you to see the world, leave your comfort zone, travel to that country or that place that you have always wanted to see. Meanwhile, for those Scorpios, if you're thinking about maybe studying, going back to university, maybe do a master's degree, PhD, and things like that, there will also be very, very good opportunities for you to do that. Okay. Now, it's very important that you trust that intuitive feeling that somehow I want to go there or somehow I want to study that subject. All right. Now, for our beautiful Sagittarius, Jupiter is going to enter your 8th house. Now, a lot of people actually are very confused about what the 8th house is really about. Now, the 8th house could rule 2 different things. The first part is ruling other people's talent and resources. The other thing that 8th house rules is, for example, let's say your psychology, your mysticism, right? Things related to that part. So it's a little bit similar to the 12th house. Now, first of all, when it comes to other people's resource and talent, when Jupiter is in that house, so for all the Sagittarius, this could be a year that is very good for you to outsource things that you want to get done instead of doing them yourselves. For example, if you're running a company and you wonder whether you should take care of a project or a part of the project just through your own personal grind, or you're wondering whether you should outsource this to hire a different company to do it for you, this is a year for you to outsource. Usually Jupiter transiting this house will bring talents and bring useful people to you. This could be about maybe you pay them or you are collaborating with them, but their talent and what they're very good at doing will be able to contribute to your life tremendously. Now, the other part is also for some of our Sagittarius people, you could maybe receive some kind of inheritance from a relative, from a family member, because 8th house also rules money earned by other people, but shared with you. So also, if you are, for example, you need help, financial help, maybe from a parent or from some, maybe a company or whatever that is, this could be a good year for you to maybe receive that financial help. Sometimes this could even be about a loan from bank. Okay, very good. Now, for our Capricorns, very beautiful. Jupiter is entering your seventh house, which is another very significant house. This house rules your committed relationships, marriage. Sometimes it's about, partnerships, right? But it doesn't have to be personal or romantic. Of course, marriage, romantic relationships could be a part of it, but usually the seventh house is also to deal with, for example, your business partnerships. In traditional astrology, this house is also to deal with, for example, your open enemies. So when Jupiter, this lucky planet, transits your seventh house, what does that mean? Now, in a good way, this is saying that there is a significant opportunity for you to collaborate with someone. Now, maybe you're going to go into a very committed and serious relationship during this year, or this could be saying that maybe you will have the opportunity to find the right partner, the right person for you to collaborate with for a work project or for some kind of maybe a hobby that you want to do, a project that you want to work on. This house has a lot to do with you versus someone else and working together. Now, if this is about an open enemy, like a little bit like a nemesis of yours, then the seventh house Jupiter transit could be saying that everything that you want to know about that person will come to the spotlight. Meaning that there's nothing will be hidden away from you. Let's say, for example, maybe you're an athlete, right? You're competing maybe in, I don't know, track and field, right? And you always have someone competing with you. That person is always very good at running, right? Either is you win or they win. Now, this year, when Jupiter transits the seventh house, you will actually be able to really face the other person, but in a more benevolent way, right? So there's nothing vicious. It's almost like you're my nemesis, but also I love it when you're competing with me. All right. Now, the next sign that we're going to talk about is our beautiful Aquarius. And Jupiter is going to transit your sixth house. Now, for this house, I think the good news is that your health will be improved because the sixth house has a lot to do with our general health, our own sense of sustainability, our physical being, things like that. So any physical problems, Aquarius, if you have been suffering from, some type of chronic conditions, things like that, I think during 2025, there will be either some kind of cure that you will find or some kind of improvement in the health domain. Now, meanwhile, the sixth house also rules your daily work. So Jupiter transit that house could be saying a lot of work will come to you. So if you're looking for jobs, looking for productivity, this could be the time when you might have multiple jobs or multiple things that come to you. And of course, at the end of the day, it's your decision whether you want to take them or not. It does not mean that you have to, work your ass off, but just in case you're looking for more work and more activities, 2025 will give you those opportunities. Finally, the sixth house also rules your pets. So for those Aquarius people, if you have a cat, you have a dog, this could also be the year for you to really enjoy your time with your pets. Or if you're thinking about adopting a pet, this could also be the year that you're really doing it. All right. Next, we're going to our beautiful Pisces. All right, Pisces. Jupiter is going to enter your fifth house, which is a house of entertainment, love affairs, and hobby, joy, right? Things you do for the sake of fun. Now, this year could be a lot of fun coming to you. Now, I know that for a lot of Pisces people, you have been suffering from the Saturn transit, right? A lot of responsibilities, heaviness, and things like that. However, Saturn is going to lead Pisces very soon in the first half of 2025. And Jupiter will also enter your fifth house, which is very, very good. So finally, I think you will get to have a great time very soon, my beautiful Pisces people. This could be about you adopting a new hobby, maybe some kind of creativity, right? Creative project that you want to do, painting, music, right? Or maybe sports activities. I've seen a lot of clients with the Jupiter transit their fifth house, they start a fitness routine or something that they do, as a leisure. Maybe they start, weightlifting, CrossFit, right? Things that will make them really feel good about their body, sports, tennis, right? Running, right? Whatever hobby that you have. That all fall under the fifth house. But you don't do that, because you want to compete, okay? Fifth house is always about things you do for fun. That gives you a sense of joy. Meanwhile, the fifth house is also ruling children. So for those Pisces people, if you are married and you're expecting a child, or you wonder whether you should have a child very soon, 2025 could be very good for you to either get pregnant and be ready to be a parent, or if you're already pregnant, the fifth house transit Jupiter could be talking about the child will really come into your life and bring you that sense of joy, right, as a parent in 2025. Thank you so much, all my beautiful 12 zodiac signs. And those are just a like a general view about Jupiter's transit for each zodiac sign. Now, in the next video, we will touch on some other planet transit, maybe Saturn, maybe Uranus. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I will get that done and deliver those messages to you guys. At the same time, I want to wish everybody really an abundant and prosperous and joyful 2025. Remember, focus on the area where Jupiter transits, because that's where you're going to find the sense of abundance and happiness. Focus on that, and feel free to let me know how things are going. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye.